Coming up, Kentucky State Police say one man killed a family member before calling 911 to confess.
And the family of Savannah Spurlock is working to spread awareness about other families who are missing loved ones too.
Plus, across the region, people are celebrating Addiction Recovery Month.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. The time is 6:31. I'm Madison Pergram.
And I'm Will Puckett on this Thursday, September the 26th. Thank you for tuning in to Mountain News This Morning.
I mean, it's been great weather. We've talked about it all weekend. I know there's a couple festivals this weekend, so it's going to be hot, but at least the weather is sunny, not raining. Let's go to Brandon. Brandon, for those people on the festivals, what are they going to be seeing?
Yeah, miserable weather, at least temperature-wise. But here's the thing. It will be dry for the two biggest days of the Chicken Festival and the Mountain Heritage Festival, which is Friday and Saturday. There's a small chance on Saturday. We'll talk more about that in a little bit, though. Let's get current with the conditions this morning. And you can see a little bit of rain down into parts of southern Kentucky, now scooting over toward Knox County. I'll scoot the view here over just a little bit so you can see more of what's going on there. But coming out of Whitley County now, or excuse me, over from McCree County into Whitley County and now into Knox County. So just be careful in those areas. 59 Harlan, 72 in Moorhead. That's the spread this morning of temperatures, and look at that from yesterday morning. 18 to 20 to 25 degrees warmer in some spots, and anywhere from 5 to 10 in other spots this morning. 61 Hazard, 74 Louisville, 71 Paducah, 62 the Tri-Cities, and Charleston, West Virginia. Your out the door forecast. We are going to see those rain chances, so take your rain gear. Hopefully those will start to die down as we head deeper into the day with a forecast high of 79. The rest of that forecast on the way in just a few minutes.
All righty, Brandon, we'll be back with you. Well, a Letcher County man died on Tuesday in a logging accident. When state police arrived on scene off of Highway 931, they found Jimmy Branson unresponsive just outside of Whitesburg. The coroner said he died at the scene. Troopers believe a limb fell when a tree was cut down, hitting and killing Branson. He was only 48 years old.
We will wait a little longer to possibly learn a trial date in Laurel County murder and arson case. A hearing for Vaughn Brock is rescheduled for October 24th. Investigators believe Brock killed his toddler son. They found the little boy inside a washing machine following a fire. Brock told investigators he fell asleep while smoking a joint and woke up to the trailer filled with smoke. The next hearing is scheduled for October 24th.
One man killed a family member, then called police to confess.
That's what played out in a Wayne County community Tuesday night. Police say the victim died after being shot and beaten.
WYMT's Phil Pendleton has more on the family feud that turned deadly.
State police were called to a home on Dodson Hollow Road after Monticello 911 received a disturbing call.
The suspect had called 911 and stating that he had shot a family member of his.
Police went to that home and found Timothy Reynolds waiting outside. According to the citation, Reynolds had gone to Duncan's home and fired several shots at Duncan with the intent to kill him after Duncan approached Reynolds' vehicle. After Duncan fell, Reynolds hit him in the head with a wrench from his toolbox. Reynolds then told police he went home and washed the blood off his hands and the wrench.
At this time, he is charged with 1 count of murder and 1 count of tampering with physical evidence.
Neighbors tell me that they're very disturbed by what has taken place because they thought so highly of both Reynolds and the victim. They say that it simply got very heated when the two were arguing over property. Duncan was pronounced dead by the Wayne County coroner, but the exact cause of death won't be known until an autopsy is conducted.
We all have problems with our family and we don't get along, but at this point, somebody has lost their life over a feud or an argument. You know, sometimes you just need to try to get along and maybe just talk things out, and it won't lead to escalate somebody losing their life.
Reynolds said he did not want to talk to us about the case from jail. In Wayne County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, the police citation says Reynolds first shot missed Duncan, but he then continued to fire the gun until he fell.
A Southern Kentucky man is accused of strangling a woman. Laurel County deputies say they responded to a disturbance complaint on Burnett Road Tuesday night. When they arrived, they said Daniel Nolan ran away. He did not get far before deputies caught up with him. They say he allegedly hit a woman with his fist before strangling her. He is charged with assault, strangulation, and fleeing police.
Later today, we could find out how long one Perry County man will remain behind bars after a 2018 shooting. Police originally charged Dustin Howard of Bulin with attempted murder after saying he shot Allison Noble in September of 2018. In court today, a sentencing is scheduled for charges of first-degree assault and wanton endangerment.
The family of Savannah Spurlock is working to spread awareness about other families who are missing loved ones. It has been more than 2 months since Savannah Spurlock's body was found in Garrett County. When the Richmond mother went missing in January, her family used social media to organize searches, share information, and keep Savannah's name front and center. With her murder case now in court, the Facebook page has remained active.
Whatever I can do to help others' families keep their loved ones' faces out there is the least I can do to help the way we've been helped.
One of the families she is trying to help is the family of Rhonda Day, a grandmother who went missing last July in Louisville. With more than 40,000 followers, Thoma hopes she is able to reach someone who can help in cases like Rhonda's.
It has been 5 years since a northeastern Kentucky woman vanished. Norma Jo Brown was 33 years old when she was reported missing in 2014 out of Bath County. After very few leads and no new information, the case went cold. Her mother, Sharon King, says she has not had any kind of update from police in nearly 4 years. Though it's been difficult for King as each passing year brings no new answers, she still has not given up hope.
5 years is a long time to be missing one of your loved ones, for any parent to have to go through this. And I struggle. I pray every night that God bring her back to us.
King says one way or another, she and the rest of her family need closure. If anyone has any information on where Brown may be, call Kentucky State Police.
For more than 1 year, a Harlan County man has been missing, his disappearance unsolved.
Police found Tyler North's truck burned in a field, but there was no sign of Tyler. To this day, his family continues to search.
Now a podcast will focus in on the case, and WYMT's Emily Bennett has the story.
458 days later, and Tyler North's family still has no answers.
I could walk any of these mountains all day long, but at night, when it's quiet and there's nothing but your head, you break down.
North's sister Samantha said people go missing all the time, but she never thought it would hit home.
You never really think it's going to happen till it does. And then you're thrown in the middle of the chaos and the heartache and the anger, and you just want it all to stop.
And now she is taking the case public, wanting people to know who Tyler was.
And anything that we can do to keep his name alive, I think I help. I hope.
Samantha found out about the podcast Unfound from a woman who heard about Tyler's case, and she got in contact with the man behind the mic, Ed Dentzel.
Many of my guests will tell you that Unfound has been very good at moving things forward, finding new information, getting law enforcement engaged, maybe even after 40 years.
He has worked close to 150 cases and knows the patterns.
Most disappearances are caused by relationships. They're not caused by money or drugs or anything else.
Dentzel hopes Unfound provides answers the family needs.
Whoever did this, know. I'm willing to dance with the devil for Tyler, and you're not much but a chip off my shoulder.
Samantha insists she will not stop until a body is found and someone is behind bars. In Leslie County, Emily Bennett, WYMT Mountain News.
The podcast about Tyler will debut tomorrow at 2 p.m. on the Stitcher app.
An Eastern Kentucky man will spend 8 years in federal prison. Yesterday, a judge sentenced Charles Hubbard to 96 months. In 2018, investigators arrested Hubbard on meth-related charges. They argued he would go to Tennessee, where he received meth and then sold it right here in the mountains. Police say he distributed most of that meth in Harlan, in and around Harlan County.
21 people have been indicted for playing a role in distributing meth and heroin in West Virginia. Outside the federal courthouse in Huntington, U.S. Attorney Mike Stewart talked about what's being called Operation Flat Tire. They started making arrests at 6 o'clock yesterday morning in Akron, and more were arrested in Huntington. Stewart says this was a massive operation that involved possibly more collaboration than any in southern West Virginia history, spearheaded by the FBI and involving more than 200 law enforcement officers from West Virginia State Police to Akron Police. Stewart says those arrested were dealers, and the operation marked a large-scale effort in shutting down suppliers.
We do not target addicts or folks who have substance abuse disorder. We do target drug dealers, those folks bringing the supply of drugs to West Virginia, bringing those poisons that poison our kids and kill our families and just sort of destroy the fabric of our community.
He says more arrests will be coming in this operation. He also says those who were arrested in Akron will be prosecuted in West Virginia.
Beautiful start to the morning outside the WYMT studios. A little bit of sunshine trying to filter behind those clouds as the sun starts to come up here, but we are tracking some rain, not on Buffalo Mountain. We'll take you up on the ridgetop, though. We see more clouds up there, so it's kind of even in both ends of Perry County, seeing some of that different cloud cover. We see the rain kind of back and forth, ebb and flow down into parts of Knox and Whitley counties, over into parts of Tennessee there, but for the most part, very light at this point. Maybe heavy in those bands, but for the most part, coverage very light this morning. 58 now in Harlan. Temperatures continue to go down. I'll have to get a jacket as I drive over there a little bit later this morning. 72 Moorhead, though. 68 Pikeville. 66 in London. A lot of folks there kind of flirting with 70. A lot of folks flirting with 60. Visibility was a little bit rough at Williamsburg, but of course, that was probably when that rain was going through, and it went back up to 10 miles of visibility. So if you take a look at the 12-hour planner, we are going to see things only get into the upper 70s thanks to the cold front and thanks to the cloud cover that's going to bring us some of those rain chances as we head deeper into the day. Hopefully, we'll start to see those clear out as we head deeper into the afternoon.
All righty, Brandon, thank you, sir, and thank you for joining us on Mountain News this morning.
Coming up in Washington, D.C., hundreds of people visited Capitol Hill, demanding changes to the nation's gun control laws.